When I started my business, when I started my podcast with a simple idea, and that is to share my knowledge and my expertise, and as well to share other people life experiences which we can all learn together. Podcast is not some type of selfish self-promotion of yourself. It is best tool to engage yourself with audience. And I know most of people have the biggest fear of the podcasting, and that is what other people gonna think and say about that podcast. And let me say something as well. When you're doing the podcast, there's gonna be a number of people who's gonna say it's bad, it's not good, I knew these things, why I listen to this one. There's gonna be a number of the people who's gonna say like, well, let me hear a little bit more. And then those ones who's gonna listen to you continuously. You building your audience. You don't build your audience just because you think it's just a best way spend money on building the podcast. Statistically speaking, most of the podcast episodes fail after between the fifth and seventh episode. That is statistics says. Most of podcasts stops between 5th and 7th episode. And having podcasts today in 2024, it's much more difficult than having podcasts 4 years ago. Why is that? In 2020, people were sitting at home watching and listening the screen in front of them. Either it's a TV, it's at their laptop, it's at their computer, it's at their mobile phone, tablet, whatever it is. Today, you need to engage your audience. But what better way to engage audience than you share your expertise, your knowledge, not opinion. Everybody's opinionated. But give your knowledge, give your insights, support this with your live experiences. That's what the people want to hear it. That's what I'm today. I'm very grateful to Alona, who's doing all videos for me. I'm just a guy who speaks, but somebody need to make my podcast work. And that's here we in life, the Battlefield, we're doing this. You can join us in studio. We can help you to create your podcast, engage with audience. Or don't worry, you have no audience. We have our audience. We share your expertise, your knowledge to our audience. So build your name today.